Looky there. Ice fishing will never be the same. The future of ice fishing has arrived.
Coming up. Today, Bob is going to be ice fishing on Lake Nipissing in Ontario for some tasty walleye and perch. But this ice fishing adventure is like no other. Bob is riding in style today as he heads out in a new invention from Snobear Industries. This impressive ice machine is not only heated, but has everything from beds to the latest and greatest in electronics. It even has DVD players. Forget everything that you thought you knew about ice fishing, because today you'll see how ice fishing can now be fun and comfortable.
Here comes. Whoa!
Oh, where are you?
Oh, man! Oh, yeah.
You gotta love it.
Where are you on?
All right. Oh, man!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, oh, man. Way to slide that one. Oh, there you got it. Yeah. There you go. All right. That is a monster.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Nice one. Whoa. Woo-wee. That was pretty cool. Good stuff. Look at this baby. Biggest pike ever. All right. There it is. Oh, yeah. Good one. Whoa. Here he comes. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. This is what open fishing is all about, right? 16 pounds. Look at there.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevrolet, Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing. I'll tell you, ice fishing sure has come a long way since I started fishing, and now it's changed the game. Snobear Industries have come out with an invention that will reshape the ice fishing industry. The Snobear is a very unique machine that you can drive out on the ice and fish from inside it. You don't even have to step outside to drill holes, and if you get tired, you can have a sleep in one of its beds. Today we're on Lake Nipissing to test out this incredible ice fishing machine. Come along with us as we gear up and head out for a quick fish before the sun goes down. A few years since I've been up here on Lake Nipissing fishing, and one of the great things about it is it's so close to Toronto. I mean, it's a 3-hour drive north of Toronto, and it just keeps putting out the fish. I mean, it gets a considerable amount of fishing pressure. You can see there's a lot of huts out here in different areas of the lake, but it's incredible over the years how many fish it puts out. And Rob, you've been fishing this lake all your life, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been here for over 30 years.
Now, this year was a real short season because the freeze didn't happen till, about the first part of January?
Yeah, we actually had ice twice in December and lost it both times, and I ended up getting started. I was 19 days late getting started this year. It's the longest I've ever seen.
Now, I know that you've got the ice bungalows. People rent them, sleep in them, fish out of them. I understand you had a guest catch a pretty big fish this year.
Yeah, we had a 13-pound, 3-ounce walleye. It was 32¼ inches long and 18.5-inch girth, and that's the biggest one that I've ever seen caught.
That's the biggest one I've ever heard of come out of Nipissing.
Yeah, I've never seen one that big.
I mean, this traditionally puts out a lot of fish, but not usually fish in that range, right?
No, it takes them so long to grow to that size here.
And what's the slot limit up here?
The slot limit is 40 to 60 centimeters, which is 15¾ to 23¾ inches, and all those fish have to be released.
Okay. Oh, he just lost it. What have we got? Oh, big old jumbo perch. Okay, Robert. Robert, this is TV. Would you quit screwing around? We got to get this show shot. Wait a lot. I'm digging.
All right.
What have we got on here? Is it a perch or a walleye? It is Mr. Walleye. Little guy. Now, would that be a keeper right there?
Yep. That's a good fish.
That's a good one to eat, huh?
Yep.
Because I guess you can't keep them over 40 centimeters.
Correct.
All right. Well, I marked that one on the sonar, and it's pretty neat watching the Lowrance. And I've got a little max gap jig. It's one of the Lindy max gap jigs, 3/8 ounce. And I've got a minnow with a bit of gulp on there just to hold that minnow on. I just put a chunk of gulp right on there, too.
There's a slot right there, and that's way under. That's 12 inches. Anything in the red zone has to go back.
All right, so that's a good one for eating then.
Yep.
Up next on Real Fishing.
Look at this.
Look at that, isn't that a beauty?
Okay, you're in there all warm, catching nice walleye. And I'm out here freezing, okay? I think I get the hint. I'm going in one of the Snobears.
Closed captioning is brought to you by FNCC and MotorExam.com. This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
I'm here with Tom Lykken, and Tom, you're with Snobear Industries. You're the president of the company. I understand you're the founder as well.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, this is quite an invention. Tell me about how did it all start?
Well, one winter where we had so much snow we weren't able to get out and fish very much, so that's what kind of spawned the idea.
And so you decided, okay, well, I want something comfortable, warm, and what, mobile?
Mobile is the key to all ice fishing, being mobile. So.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the absolute Cadillac of ice fishing machines. First day out today, we just got out late afternoon on Lake Nipissing. And now, how many horsepower engines in this?
34.
And how many mile per hour will they run?
Well, about 24. It's limited to 24 miles top end. Out in the snow here, we'll probably run 20 miles an hour.
The whole idea really is to fish wherever you want to fish, so you don't get stuck
That's correct.
just with your hut, right?
Well,
this is your mobile hut.
Yes, and also if the fish aren't biting where your first spot, you can get up and quickly move to the next spot.
I got you. Now, you've got a furnace here.
Yes, forced air propane furnace.
All right, and you can get all the options that you want, really. I noticed that you've got the big Lowrance sonar GPS unit in there. Now, what's the range for one of these? Like, let's say you fill the tank up, how many gallons would that be?
It holds about 12 gallons, and that'll get you about between 70 and 80 miles.
70 and 80 miles.
Yes.
So, more than you'd ever want for a full day of fishing.
Yeah, that's a lot of traveling in a day.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, this is the ultimate. Even if you want to sleep in them, you've got the bunks that come down, right?
Yes,
now,
yes.
is it optional? You can have one or two bunks?
The 2 bunks are part of the option.
Oh, they are?
And I've personally slept out about 60 nights in one of these units. So.
60 nights?
Yes.
All right. And you're happily married?
Yes, most times.
I should have checked with you before we're rolling on that one. Well, I'll tell you what, the sun's going down. We got some fish to catch, and I'm sure glad you made the trip over here. Thank you very much.
Me.
Let's get back in. It's warmer in there. Perch. Perch. Hey, you know what? We're keeping a few perch, too. There we are. All right. Well, look at that guy. The guy catches world record fish. Walleye, Tom?
Walleye.
All right.
Nice little keeper.
Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, Leo's got another one. Oh, Leo, get him. Get him, Leo. Did you see how fast he is? Leo is catching him. Leo is the luckiest fisherman I know, luckiest person I know. Okay, what's he got? Oh my, looky there. Nice fish, Leo. That's a big fish for Nipissing. Although Rob had one of his guests catch a 13.3 this year.
Okay.
32.5 inches long.
Oh, there's a fish.
Oh, you got him?
You got him.
Coming up next on Bob Izumi's Real Fishing Show.
That rod is thumping pretty good.
This is a really good one.
Ah, nice walleye. All right. That is a fat Lake Nipissing walleye there. Well, as the sun set on day one, we had to call it quits. The next day, we got up early and headed back to Lake Nipissing to try to catch the morning bite. Well, here it is, day 2. We're out on Big Lake Nipissing, and I've got a new addition. Of course, Tom Lykken there from Snobear Industries is with me, and we're fishing in Comfort today. And I got young Cole Chandler here. And Cole, you're 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
And day off school.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little fishing. I mean, you're allowed every now and then. How's the marks doing?
Good.
Yeah, doing all right? Okay, well, have you ever caught a walleye through the ice?
Nope.
No? Well, the way things are going this morning so far, I don't know. There's not a lot caught. I think the guys outside have caught 2, but we're much more comfortable than they are. So,
Yeah.
you know, and we're talking about a bluebird day. It's just beautiful out there today. Still, it's in that minus 20 Celsius range, which is just incredible. We've had a very mild winter, but all of a sudden it got cold. The temperatures have dropped, and the ice finally got safe. You know, a lot of the operators out here lost about almost a month, about 21 days of their operating, so it was a short season for them. So we're making up for lost time now that we got some ice under us. For the most part, when you're fishing walleye, you really want to get that bait right down to the bottom, whether you're using, say, a jig head like a max gap jig tipped with a minnow. You know, yesterday I had a little bit of gulp on there just for a little added flavor. You can use small jigging spoons, some of the rattling type jigging spoons. There's a number of different ice fishing type jigs that you can get away with. But ideally, if the fishing's slow, which, you know, we're in that sort of middle of the day right now, that strike zone's pretty small, so you want to fish right down on or near bottom. So what we'll do is we'll let out our line all the way down so that it goes down into, say, 30 plus feet of water here. We'll tighten up, lower the rod down so you can see where the line starts to bow. We'll just tighten it up a bit and just fish an inch or 2 off the bottom. Every now and then jig it.
Oh yeah, you got some good stuff in that price fishing. Let's hope they like spoons. Oh, there's fish!
What do you got? All right. Get them up there, Cole. Oh, whitefish. Pull them up. Pull them up. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Here, let's see. Look at that. Look at that.
I thought I lost him for a minute.
Good stuff. First whitefish?
Yep.
All right, man. Good stuff.
That a keeper?
I think it is. Let's go ask Rob Hyatt if he can cook this one up. Because
sure.
You want to go take it to him?
Sure.
Okay. Go show your dad. Come on out. Just watch my rod there. Huh? All right.
That's a Lake Nipissing herring, buddy.
Oh, it's a herring.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I said it was a whitefish.
No, it's a herring.
Oh, way to go.
They are similar, but the mouth starts underneath on a whitefish, and the mouth on the herring starts in the front.
Okay, so this is a herring.
Yeah, lake herring.
And is edible?
Yes, a lot of people like to smoke them. I personally don't prefer them myself, but they're bony, oily fish. But a lot of European people really enjoy them.
Well, I know we're going to keep this one because your first herring, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Lake Nipissing herring, not a whitefish.
Yeah. Whitefish will be about 3-4 times that size.
All right.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. The biggest problem facing winter anglers is finding fish. Even if you know the lake and its structure, you're still faced with a long day of drilling holes. You just don't have the mobility that you would in a boat. So choosing the right spot, indeed the exact spot to cut ice, is critical. On big water, this can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Here's how to narrow things down. Winter fish still relate to structural locations, but only those on the sunny side of the lake. During winter, the sun is quite low on the horizon. Consequently, the south-facing north shore of a lake receives that all-important ultraviolet energy. Weeds remain green and forage active. On the other hand, at the shaded south side, weeds die, releasing deadly carbon dioxide. Shorelines, islands, and drop-offs aligned this way are basically dead zones during winter. Keeping with this, target only high-percentage structure, large points, shoals, and fallen trees. Remember, winter fish are docile and generally unwilling to travel even short distances to secure a meal. It's common to cut a dozen holes in a small area and have only one produce. Better to send down an underwater viewing system and see the situation firsthand. In our opinion, they're a must-have for any serious ice fisherman, even as important as a fish finder. Often, the most amazing possibilities are just a short distance away.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's that bewitching hour as that sun goes down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at there. Another one that's definitely in the slot size that we can't keep. Oh, man. Got him. All right. Good old Snobear. So, Cole, what do you think of this machine anyway? Your first time with a Snobear.
It's pretty cool.
Isn't it something?
Yeah.
I think it's the only way to go, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially in the winter.
Nice and comfortable, warm.
Go anywhere.
It could be blowing out there in a blizzard. We could be in here warm, too.
Yeah.
Watching a movie.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you brought a selection of movies because
Yep.
we got dual DVD players here.
Yep.
Well, if the action slows down, we'll have to plug in a movie.
And then just let it run. Sit here.
Got him?
Yep.
What have you got on there, Cole?
Perch.
All right.
Oh, he ate somebody else's minnow.
Oh, that's the one I missed. You took my fish.
See, look at it. It's right there floating on the top.
Swing it around this way. So what you're saying is that...
I took your fish.
Yeah, you did. I mean, do you feel guilty?
No.
No? Can you take that over to Rob?
Yep.
He's cleaning fish. He's cooking fish. He's getting the oil ready right now. All right.
Sweet.
Ice fishing isn't ice fishing without a warm shore lunch. So we headed to the cabin to enjoy everything from fresh perch and walleye to desserts. We even had some homemade beer cheese bread from Rob's wife, Sherry. After everyone had their fill, Cole caught a couple more perch. We got back into the Snobear and headed to another spot to try and catch a few Lake Nipissing walleyes before the sun went down. All right, he just won the first classic. You know, this is really the ultimate luxury ice fishing machine. Let's talk a little bit about it now. First of all, you've got the heater. You've got a furnace. It's propane.
Forced air propane furnace, similar to what's in RVs.
Okay, and your thermostat's right here.
Thermostat's there. We also have on board, we have a carbon monoxide detector. And down here, we have a propane detector.
And what is safe ice for the Snobear, approximately?
We recommend 10 inches of good clear ice. Oh, there's a fish.
Oh, you got him?
You got him.
Yeah, so you're rudely interrupted.
Rudely interrupted. Feels like a good one.
Something pretty good.
Feels like a good one.
Let's see. What have you got? Working that rod pretty good. Round the transducer.
One round transducer.
Nice walleye. All right. That is a fat Lake Nipissing walleye there. Good one. He thumped you pretty good while
He
you were
whacked
talking.
her good.
All right, and unfortunately, I think that will not make
No, that's
the keeping deal. I think that's in the slot limit, which it'll have to be released. You can keep them